Yo, Dunk Lemonade go crazy. What is goody gangsters? How are we feeling today? This is definitely going to be a different kind of video. This is more just me talking to y'all. I want to say thank you. I've hit 1K, which is, I've been hard stuck 900 for years now. For any of y'all that have been tuning in since the beginning, y'all know I had those few videos, I'm gonna put them up on the screen, that were popping. I hit the algorithm, and then I never realized that I even blew up. Like, I posted those videos, kind of just like left YouTube, and then was like, oh, like, I'll never really do it, like, because it's always been a dream of mine, but I was like, it won't really go anywhere, etc. I come back, I'm seeing hundreds of thousands of views, and I'm like, shit. But for y'all, all of y'all that have been here from back then, or all y'all that are new, I appreciate y'all, like, for giving me the likes, subscribed, anybody that's here, I appreciate y'all. I'm not going to do much promotion on this video, it's just more for me all to talk to you, like, you know what I'm saying. Also wanted to show y'all this new controller. You know, we gonna be busting these out in the new video. I kind of wanted to unbox it with y'all, you know, something I haven't done before. I know you see the title too. Like, I'm also gonna do a story time, like, pretty much right after I open this box. Fun fact about this shit though, I got it through a giveaway. It was I applied through it online through like GameStop, right? I got like an email or whatever because I'm on their like premium program, you know, loser program. But what's it called? They were like, basically, oh, like, put in your email, enter for the giveaway, and I was like, oh, okay, like, that sounds cool. So, and it's for the 30th anniversary, which came out not too long ago. Like, if you have a PlayStation, you've been seeing what's going on already. Like, you already know what the deal is. Oh shit, I fucked up the box. But I wanted to open it with y'all, and it's perfect timing that this controller came in too, because my main controller that I usually record videos with actually literally just developed stick drift, like, I want to say a couple days ago. Shit looks pretty fire though, the box. I might keep it for like other things, you know what I'm saying, but oh, it's just wrapped. Has a little instructions. Nothing much inside. Damn! Yo, it got that good smell. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this controller. Even if this develops stick drift, I will keep this controller for the rest of my life. This is so fire. Like, oh my god. It's so reminiscent on the PS2 controller. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to record with this, bro. Like, oh my god. Alright, guys. So after I know y'all just watched the intro, if y'all are still here. But, so I'm doing a little story time. Something about my past. Like, you know, everybody's been to the mall with their friends. You know what I'm saying? It's always been a phase. Kids going to the mall. And, yo, I apologize if I'm a little all over the place with the story. It's the first time I've done a story time in a while. So I'll try to keep it as precise as possible. But taking a flashback all the way till it was 8th grade. I want to say maybe like right after Christmas or right before Christmas time. It's around them, and when I tell y'all, I was a horrible kid around this time. Okay, like when I was going to the mall, I was doing the worst shit possible. Like, you know those assholes you see on social media that drop stuff on people when they're like walking through the mall from a high level, etc. Like pour water on them and stuff like that. Yeah, I was those assholes before it was trending, and we just wouldn't record it. We would just do it for our own sick pleasure. And I swear, to this day, all the bad stuff that happens to me going forward is because of how horrible I was as a child. Like, and I swear it's horrible, and I do not condone anybody to do this. Like, if you're going to the mall doing this, you're a horrible person. I'm not gonna lie, I was a horrible person, so don't be like Young Truly. Like, it's bad. Like, you don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? But fast forward to that day, I had woken up, and the girl basically that I was dating at the time, she had, oh, like, I can go out. You want to go on a little date at the mall? It's like a little double date with one of her friends. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Fun fact about the friend: I'm actually really good friends with the girl that she had brought with her. To this day, like, we ended up going to school, like, in college together. Like, it's a whole thing, but, like, you know, it's one of my homies to this day. But besides the point, so she's like, oh, like, you want to go to the mall with me and my friend, like, you want, and, like, you come with her boyfriend, etc. And her boyfriend happened to be one of my basketball teammates, so, like, I knew who this guy was. Like, we were actually really, like, relatively good friends. Like, I still check in with this guy, like, up to this day, every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I'll pick him up, etc. So I hit him up, and I'm like, yo, let's give this guy a name, Christopher. All right, so I hit up Christopher, right, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, you want to hang out today? Like, what's it called? Our girls just hit me up talking about, like, a double date, and he was like, yeah, I heard the same thing. He was like, but I don't have a ride. And I told him, I was like, yo, bro, like, no problem. I can give you a ride. Like, my parents won't mind, etc. So I head to his house, like, you know what I'm saying, maybe like an hour or two later, like, I get ready, etc. I head over to his house. It's maybe like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I pick him up, you know, say what's up to his parents, say bye, like, we told him what we were doing, and we head to the mall. So my parents drop us off, you know. So we head into the mall, and I think we were waiting there maybe for about 10, 15 minutes, if that. And we finally meet up with the girls, and this isn't really the necessarily important part. Like, we have the little double date, we go shopping, we do some little crazy shit, like, and it's extremely embarrassing looking back at it. We lost a bet with these girls, right? And we're in Forever 21, and I kid you not, these girls made us try on female clothing. So we had to put on crop tops, and these girls took pictures of us. And I'm glad they never posted it. They just kept it to themselves. Because if that photo ever got out, that would be very damaging to my self-esteem. You know? That would be absolutely horrible. So, besides the point, we go on this little date. Like, we go shopping. We get a little bit of food, right? And while we're on this date, I get a text from one of my boys. I'll give this guy a name. I'll just call him Clark. You know what I'm saying? So Clark hits me up, and this is one of my boys. Like, I was hanging out with him a lot at this time period. Like, we'd go to the mall all the time. So, and we had, like, this whole little group. You know what I'm saying? It was like 5, 6 people. And he hits me up. He's like, yo, like, we're heading to the mall. I want to know if you want to hang out, etc. And I was like, it's crazy because I'm already here. I'm on a little date. Like, he was like, oh, bet. So when we get there, do you want to maybe meet up after? And I'm like, I was like, 100%. I was like, I got somebody with me. I was like, I hope you don't mind. And he was like, nah, it's whatever. More the merrier. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we finish a little date. We finish eating, right? They got to go home or whatever. Like, we do a little, just chilling. You know, we're walking to go meet up with the guys. And when I tell you, I would give all these people names, but it was like, so it's 5, and then including me, and I don't even remember the name that I gave. Oh, shit. Oh, Christopher. So including me and Christopher, it's 5 other people, and that's including Clark. So there's a good number of us. And usually when we would go to the mall, you know, and yo, Christopher, he's a great guy. Like, I would just like to say, like, he was a good kid. He was, like, one of the head guys on our basketball team. Like, always a role model student. Like, absolutely freak of a nature when it came to, like, sports. Like, this dude was yoked. You know what I'm saying? But besides the point, he was a good dude. Like, never did anything bad, like, stuff like that. You never seen this guy in trouble. So, like, hanging out with us was definitely bad for business. You know what I'm saying? So, we meet up with Clark and all the guys, and we're all sitting there talking about, like, what should we do? So, they're like, oh, like, we're hungry. Let's go get some food. And we're like, we just literally just ate. So, we're all sitting there just talking while they go get some food at the food court. And after that, Clark's all like, yo, should we start dumping some of this empty food, like the empty containers on people? And I'm like, shit, I don't want one of my teammates seeing I be doing horrible shit like this. Like, it was just a bad look. And he looks, and like, he's staring at me. Christopher's staring at me, and he's like, and it's like he's giving me those eyes, like, this is the shit you and your friends do. Because I told him, I was like, yo, like, let's go hang out with my friends. Like, it would be cool. Like, they just happen to be here. And after that, I'll drop you off back at your house. And he's like, yeah, like, it would be fun. So I'm embarrassed. And they're all like, yeah, man, like, let's go do that. Like, and I'm eating, like, these pretzels, like those cinnamon pretzels that they sell at the mall. Like, I know all of y'all heard about Annie's, but so I'm eating those, and they're like, yo, like, let's dump those on the people. And I'm like, but I didn't finish them. And they're like, you know you're not gonna eat all of them. And I'm like, fuck, they know. And so we walk all the way to the top floor, right? And when we get to the top floor, I kid you not, they don't hesitate. Like, we get all the way to the back of the mall. So the way this mall is set up in my hometown, right? There's 4 floors, and typically the back of the mall, like, nobody goes. And especially during this time, like, nobody was back there. And we're sitting there on the 4th floor, and one of my friends, like, they got a soda from whatever the place they were eating. I think it was like Subway or Popeyes, something, bro. It was something in the food court. And I'm looking at them, and then I look at Christopher, and I'm like, I like mouth it, I'm so sorry. Like, and they pour it on this dude walking down, although on the bottom floor. And you just hear him like, fuck, like, oh my god, like, what's going on? Like, and he looks up, and they just start booking it. And I already know the drill, so I start booking it. And Christopher starts booking it. So all of us are just, like, running to the other side of the mall, and we're all just, like, laughing our ass off, and Christopher's laughing. So I'm like, oh, so he doesn't really care. And again, as I said, I don't condone anything that I'm talking about in this story, but it gets like 10 times worse what we start doing. Like, as I said, I had the cinnamon pretzels, and there was like plants in the mall. So like, one of my friends takes a bunch of dirt, and like, he puts them inside the pretzels, and I was like, oh man, I was like, I still wasn't done yet. He was like, yo, you don't want to get fat, you're good. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. And so they put dirt in the pretzels, and they start pouring some beverage in the pretzel, like, some mystery liquid. I don't even know what it was, because I saw them fiddling around with it like earlier, like they were prepping it as if they were gonna drop that off. Like, 2 of them were, and like, I wasn't really paying attention. As I said, there's a bunch of us, so I'm not really paying attention. And they're like, yo, like, I just made this, let's pour that in there too, right? And so one of the kids in our group, we go to like, it's like the 3rd or I think it's on the 2nd floor, right? And he puts all this in the bag. He starts shaking it up. And there's this woman sitting on the floor, like not on the floor, but she's sitting on one of the benches and she's on her cell phone, like, and she's clearly having like an important conversation. She's sitting there like almost yelling, almost. And he looks and like he grabs the bag out of my hand and he's all like, yo guys, like you want to see something cool, like and we're all like what are you talking about? He's like, look down, and we see the lady and she's on the phone, and I felt even worse because there's literally a carriage, like a baby sitting right next to her. So I'm like, don't do that, please. Like, in my head I'm saying that, and I'm like, because I'm like, all right, like dumping on somebody is one thing, like especially if they look like a douchebag, but like a baby's in the vicinity, like, no, man, like, and so he dumps it, and it's been in the bag for a while, so since it's been shaken up, like, the cinnamon turns into clumps with the liquid, and then the dirt, and then it just falls on this woman, and she just lets out the worst shriek I've ever fucking heard. And I was like, oh my, I felt so bad in that instant, but I didn't have time to stick around for that. So we book it again. And this time, like, we head into like one of the stores, like there's a Macy's, I think it was, nearby. We just head into there and we're just crying of laughter. Since they don't really necessarily know Christopher, they're like, yo, bro, like, you just been watching, like, you won't do any of this. Like, he was like, you won't try, like, dumping something on somebody. And Christopher, right, Mr. Goody Two Shoes, is like, yeah, I'll do it. And I'm like, no fucking way, right? And I'm like, there's no way this guy's like actually gonna dump something on some random person, ruin their day for no fucking reason. Like, there's just no way. So we head back over to where the food court is, and they take, I think it was, what was it? This is gonna sound so bad because, like, I'm black and everything, but we had fried chicken from KFC, like, so, but they take the fried chicken, that's besides the point. They take the fried chicken, right, and we're standing right above the food court, and I kid you not, this motherfucker just takes the whole box and just launches it. And he's a football player, so you know he low-key got an arm. He just launches the whole entire KFC bucket into the middle of the food court. And it hits this old lady. And, like, it was like one of the chicken legs just bounces off her head. And you just see the confusion on her face. And they start running. I can't stop laughing. And, like, I'm struggling trying to get away. But we end up going on another floor, and we're like, yo, like, security's eventually gonna come. They're gonna see us sitting at the edges, like, trying to do this, so we gotta chill out. So, like, we're sitting there, we're dying of laughter. We wait out in this, like, Office Depot, and we're just sitting there in these damn chairs, like, the office chairs, all the way in the back of the store, just sitting there talking it up for maybe about, like, 30 minutes to an hour, right? And Clark, again, like, yo, like, I think we should take it up to another level. And again, I'm sitting there, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't, like, and I haven't done anything yet because, like, I don't want to seem like a total asshole in front of my teammates, like, oh yeah, maybe I just got, like, shitty friends. Okay, like, I'm not part of it. Like, trying to seem like a semi-good guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still guilty by association, but it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so they're like, yo, like, let's go into Dave and Buster's. And I'm like, oh, shit, Dave and Buster's. So, like, let's go get the cards, etc., and go play. And no, they're like, no, like, let's go fuck around. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, And I have a general idea what we're talking about because, like, maybe it was like one time before we had all gone in there and, like, sat there, like, fucked up somebody's game or whatever, like, just fucking around, like, you know what I'm saying, like, blocked the shot from the little shooting machine, like the basketball machine, or, like, took a skee ball and ran off or whatever. No, so I don't know what kind of mood Mr. Clark was in, right? And the rest of the posse. But yo, so as I said, there was like 5 of us. And I didn't go through all of them. I just listed off some of the worst ones. But at this point, everyone in the group has done something except me, right? And so Clark, he goes in there into Dave and Buster's, and I think it was something on a tray, like it was a piece of food, right? And he walks into where you like put your tickets in and get the gifts, and he has like this tray of food, and the guy's like, "Oh, like how many tickets do you have? Like I don't see any gifts," and he just has the food, and this motherfucker just throws it in his face, and then just runs out, and I'm just standing there like, oh, and when I tell you, this dude did like barely even react because it was like it was basically just fries and the drink completely missed him. So like it just falls on the floor and he's like just cursing under his breath, and we still run out. And then maybe 30 minutes later we come back and they're all like, you know, you haven't done anything, like, oh, like, bro, you gotta try something. I'm like, shit, alright, like, and I'm trying to think of something to do, so when we're walking back in, I see on this table, nobody sitting at the table, oh, shit, I see this glass of, like, juice, and I'm like, I got an idea, so I take the glass, and I walk into the bathroom, like, because the bathroom's right across from this table, and they're all like, yo, like, what the hell is he doing? Like, what do you... And then, so Clark walks in there with me and, like, 2 other people, like, so, like, 2 people in the group, there were brothers, like, both of the brothers walk in, and they're like, what are you doing? And, like, so I sit there and, you know, what the fuck are you doing? And, like, so I'm washing my hands, and I'm trying to listen, and I hear somebody in one of the stalls, right? So my plan is, I'm gonna just pour the water on this like the juice on this person, and then run out. It's gonna be super funny. You know what I'm saying? And then I got my thing over with. What's it called? Christopher's still standing outside. He's not really paying attention, right? So, I hear this guy in the stall, and he's clearly taking the biggest shit of his fucking life. And I go to jump up, since, you know, I'm a short guy, so it's not like I could just tip my hand over the stall. I have to jump up. And when I jump up, the glass slips from my hands. So it kind of, and I'm like trying to grab it, and I push it down. So it feels like I almost like slam dunk it over to this guy's stall. And it shatters. Like, I mean, fucking shatters. I don't know if it hit him. I don't know if it was just it hitting the floor. But as soon as it left my fingertips and I couldn't grab it, I start running. And all of a sudden, you hear from behind me, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, oh my god, like, who did that? Like, and the stall swings open, like I'm stuck at the door and I hear it bang open, and this guy runs out with his pants around his ankles. He's pulling him up, and we just start booking it. And I mean, full speed, running like maniacs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just fucking dashing. He chases us almost to the end of where the Dave & Buster's was. Of course, he pulls his pants up by this point, and we're just running. We run all the way to the first floor, and of course, by that point, he hadn't been still chasing us. So, but we're crying of laughter. I feel like an asshole, but like, I'm sorry. Young me thought it was fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm laughing my ass off. Everyone's laughing their ass off. Even Christopher. And after that, we really just hang out for the rest of the night. Like, we see like when we were passing by, we see security like heading into there, like the police, like, and stuff, and we're like, oh, let's just keep going back down to the lower floors. Like, and then eventually, you know, like, my parents picked us up, dropped us off, and Christopher and I never spoke of that day again. Like, and to this day, that motherfucker never, to my knowledge, has never gotten into serious trouble, has never done anything, like, crazy or, like, mean like that before. Like, because even him, like, what's it called? He had poured, like, shit on people, like, that day. And, like, yo, I'm telling you, it was absolutely horrible that we were doing that, but an absolutely fucking hilarious day. And I'm telling you, me now, of course, like, I would never do that, but it was funny at the time. I won't fucking lie, you know? And moral of the story, don't go to the mall with your friends and, like, do a whole bunch of bullshit, terrorize people for no fucking reason. It's just, it's mean. It's not worth it. Shouldn't do that to people. But if you like stuff like this, like, I haven't done, as I said, I haven't done a story time in a long time. Make sure to like, subscribe. You know, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me through the algorithm. And, you know what I'm saying? See y'all later. You feel me?